Good morning. This is Cheryl with Colchester Mill Fabrics and Quilting. I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving and your tummies were full with yummy turkey and stuffing and green beans without almonds or in a casserole and sweet potatoes and a roll. Yes, that's what I ate because that's what I love. Anyway, day 4 of our 12 days of our Stuff Your Stocking event. I'm going to give you a little bit of housekeeping details before I turn things over to Laura for our day 4 offering. So if you haven't been on the website or you've missed any of our previous 3 offerings, head over to the website and take a look if our offerings are still listed on the home page. If they're up, you're welcome to purchase them. Many of our offerings are limited quantities, but some of them we have plenty for you to purchase. Another item to remember is if you spend a combined $150 over the 12 days, you will receive a $20 gift certificate from us as a thank you for your support during this event. Also, any purchases made during the event go into a drawing for one of 3 $300 gift certificates to the shop. We'll be doing that drawing as a Facebook Live on Sunday, December 8th at approximately 5:15 p.m. And with that, I am going to turn things over to Laura to talk about today's very exciting offering.
Thank you, Cheryl. Here we go for future reference there.
Thank you.
Today, and welcome back also, we hope you all had a nice Thanksgiving holiday. So for today, we actually have a few different items that are going to be part of our day 4, is it? Day 4 specials here.
Yep.
And they're wonderful tools for patchwork quilting. So the first one I'm going to show you is the Quilt Genius. And this is a great design tool that can be used for patchwork quilting. All varieties of patchwork quilting, everything from modern quilting to traditional quilting and everything in between. So this was designed by C&T Publishing Company. It comes in a notebook that will open up, and it contains graph paper and various stencils. Also an instruction booklet, which goes over in some detail of how you could use these stencils to create quilt blocks and even an entire quilt. It contains 60 sheets of graph paper. You have 30 sheets of straight grid. You also have 15 sheets of a grid that's on a diagonal, which is great when you have quilts that are on point. And also 15 sheets of a grid that's great for isometric blocks, such as a tumbling block. The stencils that are included is a stencil that is used for designing your quilt layout, including the size of it. So I'm hoping that you could see some of the details of it, and maybe what I'll do is open it up to a blank page. The stencil is the perfect size for laying down on the graph paper. And if you notice, there's a series of sizes in both directions. So you determine how large a quilt you would like to make using a mechanical pencil. You're going to put your dots in the holes for the size you want. And these dots will line up to our grid paper. Also at the bottom of the stencil are some possible sashings, parallelograms that can be used for borders. On your right side of the folder are stencils that can be used for blocks, different shapes for blocks, and really more common size blocks. These shapes can be used by themselves. They can also be combined to create a new block. There is also 2 stencils that are included that can be used for either borders, such as in here, in common isometric shapes that we commonly use in our patchwork quilting. So all of these stencils can be used individually or they can be designed. So you know how it goes when you walk through a quilt shop and you see a fabric that's just calling out your name. And that happened to me recently at Colchester Mill Fabrics and Quilting. I knew I wanted to get some fabric and design a quilt for it. Instead of using a pattern out there, I wanted to do something a little different. So using my stencil for a layout, I decided I wanted to create a quilt that was roughly 60 inches by 72 inches. Using the stencil, I was able to create my 12-inch blocks, which are all in proportion. Has anyone ever tried to create a quilt on a napkin or a scrap piece of paper? So you know what I mean when it's all in proportion. Once I have my layout, I decided on a block, and I'll show you what was the inspiration for that. And now I know what blocks I'm going to use in my quilt. Here is my fabric that was a source of my inspiration, and I will use that as an alternate block in combining it with patchwork blocks. So the second part of our special is going to be the Quilt Builder card decks. And this is where the inspiration for the layout and my blocks had come to pass there. Using that layout, using the quilt block, I was able to design these two. And now putting them onto my quilt, my next step, which will also part of our special, is going to be colored pencils. Once you know what your blocks are, you can start creating color, adding color to it, and then take that with you to the fabric store to select your fabrics. Our last special that we are offering for this day is a mechanical pencil, which really is a great tool when you're using your stencils to come in and draw your markings in here, line everything up, use it as a ruler, or also your stencils for creating blocks. And I'm just going to quickly show you the stencil that I had used for creating that block. Draw everything in a mechanical pencil, and if it's something that you want to change, you're just going to use the eraser and erase it and start all over again. So this tool can be used for either designing an entire quilt, just a block, or maybe designing some borders. So our special for today, I will put all those stencils neatly back in a minute here, but it is the Quilt Genius tool designed for helping to design blocks or quilts. The color pencils, once you know what your blocks are going to be, if you want to experiment with color. The mechanical pencils, which fit perfectly into these stencils. And the fourth part of our daily special is a choice of which Quilt Builder card deck. One has holiday kinds of designs. Oops, let me turn this around and show you the other one. And this one is set number 3, one of their newer sets. So I'm going to turn all of this back over to Cheryl, and she will talk to you about the special pricing.
Thanks so much, Laura. That was very interesting, and I can see a lot of our customers loving this.
There's a lot of potential for this.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of excitement on this. So our bundle package for today, if you purchase the Quilt Genius kit, the mechanical pencils, one of either the Christmas or the Quilt Builder Deck 3, you'll get the colored pencils for free. So that total kit price or bundle price, including the free pencils, will be $63.97. We're also offering many of these, actually all of the items on discount if you only wanted to purchase, let's just say, the Quilt Genius kit. So the Quilt Genius kit alone is $34 on special. The Deck 3 Quilt Builder card deck number 3 or the Christmas one is on special for $15. The mechanical pencil set of 3 is $8. And The 48-piece colored pencils is $7. And with that, we wish you a great day today, and we hope to see you back tomorrow for our Saturday offering. Have a great day.